Hey, what's up, champions? Donnie Bovine here, CEO and founder of Success Champions Networking, author of Endless Stream of Referrals, and the founder of the Badass Business Summit. This year, I'm excited. We're bringing the Badass Business Summit back to Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th, and this is going to be an event like no other. 23 amazing speakers all around the idea of business development, business growth, and how to scale your business. Networking at a level that you have never seen before. Attendees last year said this is the best business conference and event they have ever attended. You will walk away with actionable insight, tangible things that you can use in your business. This isn't a conference where you're going to come and just leave with pages and pages of notes and never implement. You will be taking actions during the event, working on your business so you can build to business freedom that you set out to create here through everything. You're going to grow your business with amazing get shit done individuals that will inspire you to go bigger and louder. So the Badass Business Summit takes place live in Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th. We have one goal and mission to get you in the right mindset and giving you the skills that allow you to grow and ultimately scale your business. It is the one business growth event you can't afford to miss. Get your tickets at badassbusinesssummit.com, and we are excited to see you there. Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming to hang out with my boy S.A. Boss Uncaged himself. We do this series each week, highlighting some of the speakers for the Badass Business Summit and talk a little bit about what they're talking about, what they're teaching about, talking about the summit in general. And man, I'm totally stoked to hang out with S.A. as always. What's going on, my friend?
Doing what, man? I appreciate you having me again for the second year, and hopefully this year I can do it myself, right?
Dude, I'm just telling you, if you will do half as good as you did last year and do some of those dance moves you did on stage, we are going to absolutely have one of the best summits on the face of the planet, man.
Yes.
I can tell you, your speech, mainly due to one particular session, is one of the most talked about sessions at the summit from last year, because you did this whole maneuver that we'll call it dancing. About how you handle your clients. It was awesome, dude. But man, you are, a keynote quality speaker that just puts out amazing stuff, man. Always glad to have you back, and I'm glad to have you part of this world. Tell them just a little bit about you, and then we'll dive into your world and what you're speaking on.
Yeah, so S.A. Grant, the host of Boss Uncaged podcast, and I kind of fell into podcasting the way of me having a life crisis and kind of almost dying and waking up in the hospital and then realizing, like, holy shit, what am I going to do moving forward? And at the time, my girlfriend, who was my wife right now, was like, well, it's time for you to step out of the shadows. It's time for you to step into the limelight. And I was like, well, I had two options, right? I could become a YouTuber or I could become a podcaster. And I chose the latter, right? And then, the rest is essentially history. I mean, if I look back at things that I would have wanted to do earlier, definitely podcasting would have been one of those things.
Yeah, I love that. When you and I first met, man, one of the things we both kind of quickly said, man, both these guys know branding. We were both in our branded ball caps, branded T-shirts. All of our stuff is freaking everywhere. And there was this really cool mutual respect for the two of us. But I'm really more fascinated with your journey. How did you get into the branding side of all of this stuff, and how did podcasts lead you into some of that?
Well, I mean, I started off branding coming out of college. That was my first degree, was graphic design. So for me, I always, I be very facetious when I say it, like graphic design was like me rubbing my nipples. I loved it. I wanted to make love to it all the time. But then, there was a desire, right, for me to kind of be on the analytical side. And that's when I shortly then realized that I was 50% analytical and 50% creative. So meanwhile, while I'm rubbing myself with design, the other half of my body is like, dude, there's more things to life than just designing.
I'm a little confused. Can you show me how you rub yourself? I mean, no.
It's like that.
I wasn't letting that one go, man. No. And you speak a lot. I mean, I know you speak a lot on podcasts, but you speak a lot on branding just because, I mean, dude, I swear I've never met somebody that's got so much knowledge in their head as you do. I mean, you've got this vast array. And if you ever sit down with SA and just talk about marketing, business, or whatever, I mean, this dude has got so many gizmos, gadgets, apps, and automation type things. Does that all come from just, general tinkering with stuff? Uh-oh, did he freeze or did I freeze? Um, Crap. I hope you're there. I'm still here. Dun, dun, dun. Well, maybe he'll come back. But I will tell you that, oh, there you are. Now you're back.
Yep.
Now you're back. So, all your background as far as all the knowledge you have, the gizmos, gadgets, and things like that, does that come from just a general tinkering with things and figuring things out? Or how did you learn half the stuff you've learned so far?
I kind of look at it as, if I wanted to be anything like Elon Musk, and not saying that's the direction that I'm aiming for, but you have to have these opportunities to kind of learn things through people and learn things through environment. So earlier on, I was one title, and at the same time I was either freelancing or doing something else, and then I had a third opportunity, which was kind of like a part-time gig. So what I would literally do is work a full-time job, then have a part-time job in another area of expertise. I would work that for like 3 to 6 months, learn those systems, learn those philosophies, literally quit, and then go to the next opportunity. So I was triple dipping and quadruple dipping across the board all the time.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it's how I learned everything. And isn't it amazing how much when you're doing something later in life that something you did earlier showed up, and you're like, oh, now I can figure this out and apply that kind of stuff here. It's always been a cool, fascinating thing for me. So at the summit, you're talking about branding like a boss.
Yep.
What does that mean? And what are some of the takeaways and things people are going to learn from it?
Well, being that this time is going to be more of a workshop, what I really want to do is kind of have people kind of open up their minds and understand that branding is not just the visual side of things. It kind of comes down to who you are as a individual brand. It comes down to you as a business brand. It comes down to like your vision statement, your mission statement. All these different things need to be in alignment. So I'm going to go over a couple activities to have people right then and there write down some content and then turn that content into a formula and then utilize that formula to come up with headlines, mission statement, vision statement. And then we're gonna, if we have enough time and opportunity, works out, then I'm gonna kind of show them how to take that information and then turn it into a visual representation.
No, that's awesome. And I think one of the most exciting things that I love about the summit as a whole is this isn't a summit where people are coming to and are, you know, taking just a crap ton of notes and then having to leave, go home, and implement. Keith says he can't wait to hear you at the summit, and have you, go home and try and implement. One of the great things we set up to do is at the summit, you're actually going to be working on the tangible things that will allow you to have them implementing and working before you leave. So you're not scrambling so much, along the thing. That's why we added these longer segments like yours in there to really dial into people and be able to allow them to put all the cool stuff together so that it's rocking and rolling for their businesses. Talk to us a little bit about the summit last year. What was your experience as an attendee and a speaker last year?
I mean, I think it was definitely a solid experience. It was just an opportunity to, obviously from the networking side, seeing people walk across the stage and deliver a longer information than a 15-minute kind of get to know you kind of thing. In addition to that, I mean, it was definitely hell of a lot of takeaways, actionable takeaways, not just like you're saying, the BS, like do this, and then they leave you to the wolves. It was kind of more so kind of hand holding and very informative.
Yeah, for me it was, I got to meet a lot of people that I'd only met online, and meeting them face to face was a very cool experience to meet a lot of people. I mean, there was people that I'd done business with for 4 years, and that was the first time I'd ever seen them face to face. I mean, that was a really really cool experience for me. But even down to the random breakout freaking karaoke nights, that Gene did. I mean, who goes to a big conference summit and has a random karaoke night breakout? So, it was a really really rock star thing. But you have one of the top podcasts in the world, man, that I totally dig. I mean, I can tell you that a guest that's been on your show a couple times is probably one of the best speakers in the world. If you guys haven't seen it, go check out my episodes on SA's podcast. They were the best shows he's ever done. But you do have a killer podcast, Boss Uncaged. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's not like anything I do, I'm going to dive into it 10,000%. And in the beginning, I didn't even know what podcasting was. And year one was just me kind of just discovering that. And then I was like, well, there's way more to podcasting, just the same way I was saying there was way more to branding than just a visual aspect to it. So I look at podcasting essentially as an extension of branding. And I always recommend if you don't have a podcast or if you're not on podcast, then you're doing your brand a disservice.
Yeah, I love that. And for me, I mean, if people don't know my story, I mean, podcasting literally saved my business because, I just happened to find it at a moment when I was trying to figure out business. And, I love it when guys like you are teaching the tangible things and using podcasting as kind of this catalyst to allow them to not just build their personal brand, but to really build that entire entity of their company and use it as leverage in the marketplace. It's freaking massive. And a lot of people, and if you guys aren't following SA, man, you need to follow him on the social media. Dude puts out some killer content, and he's got a freaking Facebook group for everything. You got a book club, you got a food club. I mean, you've got a lot of different clubs out there and whatnot. How many clubs do you actually have?
I know the combination of probably like 6 of them, but they all intertwined to different things. And I know people are kind of like, why the hell do you have a food club? But I'm a long-term thinker, right? And I was like, what would it be an opportunity for me to interview people, right? And then later on come out with like a food book with all the people that I've interviewed. And it kind of gives you another side of business, another side of that person. So that's why I have a food group.
I love it. I love it. So, guys, if you're ready to up your game, get your branding freaking locked and loaded, come network with a ton of business owners that are all, geared up to grow. One of my other favorite things about the summit in general is SA will be in the crowd. He's a participant as much as he is a speaker. So all of our speakers, will be sitting there side by side. You'll get a chance to interact and hang out with them and learn right beside them. And, I can tell you, we've only got 40 tickets left. We're about 55 days away from the summit. So things are going very fast. If you guys want to come hang out with us at the summit, we'd love to see you there. I can tell you that some of the biggest takeaways last year was this was the best business summit that most people said they attended. So cocktail nights, great parties, great networking, and just an all-around damn good time. Tickets are less than $200. And I don't know anywhere else in the world you can get a 3-day business conference for under $200. I mean, that's just insane to me. So any last parting words, SA, for everybody?
I would definitely say, coming to this event is not just an opportunity. It's something that you can definitely help build your brand in more ways than one, whether you're networking, socializing, or you're getting key takeaways to then take action on what you're learning right then and there to help grow your business. That's what this event is entirely about. So you want to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. So, guys, come hang out with me and SA at the Badass Business Summit, September 22nd through the 24th, Fort Worth, Texas. You're going to want to be here. We'll be working directly on your business, helping you grow, and it's going to be a damn good time. Y'all keep rocking and rolling. We tell you, I love you. I mean it. See ya. Bye. Hey, what's up, champions? Donnie Bovine here, CEO and founder of Success Champions Networking, author of Endless Stream of Referrals, and the founder of the Badass Business Summit. This year, I'm excited. We're bringing the Badass Business Summit back to Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th, and this is going to be an event like no other. 23 amazing speakers all around the idea of business development, business growth, and how to scale your business. Networking at a level that you have never seen before. Attendees last year said this is the best business conference and event they have ever attended. You will walk away with actionable insight, tangible things that you can use in your business. This isn't a conference where you're going to come and just leave with pages and pages of notes and never implement. You will be taking actions during the event working on your business so you can build to business freedom that you set out to create here through everything. You're going to grow your business with amazing get shit done individuals that will inspire you to go bigger and louder. So the Badass Business Summit takes place live in Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th. We have one goal and mission to get you in the right mindset and giving you the skills that allow you to grow and ultimately scale your business. It is the one business growth event you can't afford to miss. Get your tickets at badassbusinesssummit.com, and we are excited to see you there.